Okay guys, so it's James Goddard bringing you another swing fix from down here at the Quest Golf Academy. Today we have one of my students, Phil. Now Phil's been coming to me for around about 2.5 months now, and we've been taking regular lessons in that time, so every couple of weeks or so. We've made some big improvements, mainly to Phil's backswing. So initially Phil was struggling with a little bit of range of motion in his hips and his shoulders. So Phil's been working really hard at trying to increase the mobility and the range of motion in his shoulders and his hips. And I think you'll see that Phil does a pretty good job now. So, on the right hand side we have one of Phil's first shots of the day. So I'll just play this one through for you. If I take Phil to the top of his backswing, you can see now he's doing a fantastic job at loading the golf at the top. Nice big shoulder turn, and you can see how the hips have rotated at least 40 to 45 degrees. Initially Phil was probably getting somewhere around about 60 to 70, so a huge improvement. Credit where credit's due. Phil, you've done a fantastic job there. So today's lesson was all about the transition, and a good transition will always start with the lower body. So if I just play this one through here, you can see now how Phil will start the transition and everything really moves down together as one. And what that does two things. One, we'll have this kind of flicky release here, where you can see the club heads passing the hands. Two, if I just scroll it back a little bit for you, just watch Phil's feet. He has to go up onto his tiptoes throughout the swing. So this is his way of creating some room for his hands and arms. You can almost argue that back at this point now at impact, he's pretty much back at setup. So he hasn't really moved from where he started. So his weight, you'd argue, is, other than being on his tiptoes now, you'd argue that he's pretty much back at 50-50, which is where he would be starting his address. So we did some work on Phil's transition today. So I was happy with the backswing. So if I just draw, we didn't hit a ball on this particular shot. So if I just draw a golf ball there on this one here, that would represent where the ball would be. And I'll just play this swing through on the left. So we did a drill where we got Phil to his backswing, and I just wanted him to feel, as he started his downswing, he was applying pressure down and into his left toe. And that was Phil's feel. So this is him at the top of his backswing. So again, great turn. And what I didn't want, initially Phil was doing this in the drill, and he was moving his whole body, so his head, and everything was shifting this way. We didn't want that. We wanted it just the lower body to fire. So if I draw a little line on his head here, okay, you'll see now, by getting Phil to feel as though there's pressure moving down and into this left foot, Phil now can sequence his transition the right way. I'll just draw a little line on here so you can see. And you can see now how the head's staying behind, but the lower body is driving forward, pressure down and forward into this lead leg. Head stay behind, great position, loads of space for the hands and arms to now work through and freely. And as a byproduct of that, you can now see how much better this position is. So now the hands are leading the head. Let me just get rid of some of those lines there. You can see now how he's in a much stronger position versus this impact one here. So loads of benefit. You can see now he's no longer having to go onto his tiptoes. This left foot is planted. This right knee has started to drive in and towards his left. He's got some fantastic spine tilt. It's a great hitting position. So we hit some short shots to start just to get Phil the feel for this. So he's hitting shots again. I like to do, when I'm working on a drill with someone, I like to get him just to hit shots and just feel as though they're hitting them at 50% to get a real feel. Great work, Phil, and big improvements to ball flight when we did work up to some bigger shots. The flight was down, as you probably would have guessed with this. Now we've got this little bit of, we've reduced the dynamic loft here. Big improvements made. And again, as always, I look forward to working with you again, Phil, in the next couple of months before the summer. Guys, let me know what you think of this video. As always, please comment below, because I would really love to hear what you think about these changes. Subscribe to the channel. Please follow me on all my other social media platforms, and more videos coming next week.